Check, check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2. A very good early afternoon to you. It is Wednesday, the 9th of February, 2022. And got a few things to get through this morning. I've come across something this morning. Let's just get straight into it, shall we? Let's just go over it, get rid of the music. Good morning, everyone. Well, my morning, your afternoon. Okay, so let's start over here. Now, I've not been up long, and I put the computer on, and so the phone rather, so I'm not even awake yet. And this came up, and I noticed that it's been up since 18th of January. Right, it's been up since 18th of January. But just like I said to you, this is starting to unfold now, and you know, I could be sitting there, I could be laying there, getting on with something, and then you'd be playing something in the background, and then boom, you know, something grabs my attention, and this grabbed my attention. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let this play through. Basically, we're going to watch it together. And then we're going to comment on that, and then we're going to move on from that, and we're going to connect a few dots here, all right? So hopefully you're all getting this.
A new documentary tonight investigates Ghislaine Maxwell's close relationships with Jeffrey Epstein and Prince Andrew. And one of those to feature in it is Ghislaine's former friend, Lady Victoria Harvey. Lady Victoria Harvey joins me now from Los Angeles. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now, at the trial, Ghislaine was painted, or tried to paint herself as, just another victim. But what was your understanding?
I mean, to be honest, like, I think she was a victim. I mean,
right, straight away. Let's just go back.
Los Angeles, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now, at the trial, Ghislaine was painted, or tried to paint herself as, just another victim. But what was your
So, right, straight away, this is the narrative now. We're all starting to talk about Ghislaine actually being a victim as well, right? So, keep that in your mind.
understanding?
I mean, to be honest, like, I think she was a victim. I mean,
There we go. It's been said the second time already. Ghislaine is a victim. Let's put that in your head. Bullshit.
she is a victim, and she was a victim that then became, you know, the accomplice, as her role changed in that relationship when they were no longer together.
Right, this is them now justifying going from victim to Epstein's accomplice, yeah? They've got to kind of show you how she transitions from victim to accomplice. This woman has never been a victim. Her dad was Robert fucking Maxwell, yeah? You don't be Robert Maxwell's daughter and be a victim in life, right? So stop talking shit, Hervey.
You know, she kind of switched sides, I suppose one would say. But I do see her as a victim as well.
Right. Why do you think, though, that she
You paedophile protector, Hervey. Yeah, that's why your name's all messed up and that. Hervey.
targeted you, that she became your friend? What was all
Fucking
that about?
people, man.
What do you mean? How did she become my friend?
Yeah, well, why do you...
Well, she's your friend. How did she become your friend? What do you mean? What do you mean? I don't like this woman. And you ain't gonna like her by the end of this, yeah? The way she talks herself up, listen to it, yeah? I love me, who the fuck do you love?
You think that she, you know, if you were just an ordinary girl with, you know, no connections or anything like that, do you think that she specifically wanted you in that place?
Yeah, I mean, at the time, you know, I was really like the it girl of London, you know, on the social scene. Everyone knew me. I was at every, you know, dinner event. So it was kind of a plus, like having me on her list, you know, of people who to invite, and it sort of...
Right, straight away we're getting problems. Yes, NCA, I know you're behind this. Yeah, trying to fuck up the signal now. Yeah, you don't like where this one's going, do ya? Right, we still good? Are we still good? It's looking like it's all right. Right, hopefully this is going to play.
It sort of probably kept it more interesting as well for all the men that, you know, she was entertaining. Obviously, you want to have attractive girls that are going to be like the hot girls in London at the time.
Ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
So I think that was like a normal thing.
This is ridiculous.
And they sort of curated this network, didn't they? And you describe them as almost like a double act, you know, helping and enabling one another.
Yes, exactly. It was definitely like, I don't think it would have worked with just, say, him on his own, because it was a lot easier for her to approach other women. Being a female, you know, girls would feel like less intimidated and less scared rather than the man.
All right, nice one, DB. Got your message there, thank you.
I think in that respect.
That's a really good point, Victoria, because a lot of Jeffrey Epstein's victims said that they felt like that. You know, they wouldn't have necessarily been drawn into that web if it was just him. But because she kind of like, you know, went out of her way to almost be, some of them described her as almost being motherly or like a big sister, slowly. So,
I mean, Victoria Hervey, Ghislaine's former friend, right? So this is her friend, and if you remember, it's been in the press that this Hervey bird dated Prince Andrew. And Hervey is the one who's saying, no, that picture of Prince Andrew is fake. She could have come out a long time ago, you know, and said that. She could have come out in 2014 and said that when it was circulating on the internet, being pushed out there by Bill Maloney and Ian Puddick. Yeah.
Slowly they found themselves entangled in all of that. And looking back, you must feel very used, I would think.
This narrative that the mainstream keep doing, they keep turning people into victims. You must feel, you know, used.
Yes, but I had fun, I guess, at the time.
You're
and I was, you know, I was so naive, and people in my situation that were really young, of course, we were going to get taken advantage of. You know, models got taken advantage of all the time. You know, we were just sort of a pretty face to have, entertain people. But, you know, I was definitely sort of one of the luckier ones, and I'm aware of that.
And you didn't see anything untoward. I mean, you said you had fun,
no, I mean,
but you didn't see anything that was.
Good afternoon, everyone. If you've just tuned in, thanks for tuning in.
No, for me, you know, besides the situation of having a feeling that I was like there were video cameras in the apartment, I didn't know. It was just, you know, dinner parties and social gatherings, and it all just seemed very fun at the time.
And this, of course, is before he becomes a convicted sex offender. This is this is not. So you didn't.
Oh, no, this is
like, and also I just want to point out the obvious. Like, this is all controlled. This is not like the conversations that we have when I come on here. Really, this is what we can deal with now, isn't it? Like, we can deal with it, yeah. So we don't need protecting by Lorraine and these people. We can deal with the facts. Let's have the facts. Let's talk about the facts without, oh, we can't say that because of lawyers. This is all cock blocking, you know what I mean? And damage control. And because it's on the mainstream and Lorraine's sitting there in a green fucking dress, you know what I mean? Sitting there, someone, trusted person that you've known forever, you know what I mean? Like, listen, no one's falling for that shit anymore. Right, and getting Hervey on, my question to you, Hervey, whatever your fucking name is why didn't you say this years ago? Yeah? Why didn't you come out and say this when the Newsnight interview happened? Yeah? Why didn't you say nothing then? yeah, because it is what I said it is. This is theatre, and they've run it for 10 years, right? I saw Prince Andrew and Ghislaine Maxwell in the Red Rooms nightclub with Daniela. She's already admitted it, except she hasn't named who the names are. She's admitted it, you've seen it. We need a proper police investigation. But do you know what? That moves me on to my next point. I don't think I need to play any more of that. I think you can see where that narrative's going, yeah? And it's going exactly where I said it would be fucking going. Right? So now, there won't be a police investigation. And do you know why? Do you know why? Because of this bitch. Yeah? Cressida Dick. I've only just found out about this police WhatsApp group, yeah, that her and Priti Patel are aware of, yeah, with all this shit talking about raping black kids in it, allegedly. This is what I'm hearing, yeah. Just spoke to Nikki Cooper. I fucking hadn't even heard about this. This woman's apparently facing the sack. Well, guess what? Yeah, I've got your documents here, Miss fucking Scotland Yard. You've got Sadiq Khan has now given you days or weeks to act on Met failings. Well, I'm going to give you a Met failing. I've tried to contact you and the fucking bloke before you. Yeah, what was his name? The bloke that's run away, sitting there talking on LBC. What was his name? Not Condom, not Dick. What was his name again? The one before you, yeah? The one you took over from, yeah? Him. Right, so you've got days or weeks, Cressida Dick, to sort the Met out. So I've got something to put to you. Okay, because you're running an honest show now, aren't you? So if you're running an honest show, then I've got stuff that I need to give you. First of all, you've got a ex-DCI named Simon Werrett, okay? And at the minute, he's running about town, doesn't know whether he wants to be a DCI or whether he wants to run a digital company online now called Simon Digitally. Simon Werrett, this is DCI Simon Werrett, the guy that has got took on all the phone tapping fucking illegal recordings from Robert Kellaway, the man that hacked me and Millie Dowler. Simon Werrett took it on. Now he's hiding as a Christian pastor in Southend. Coming from the, you know, this geezer was a DCI. He was head of the serious crime fucking department. I don't fucking know what they call it. It's all bollocks and made up anyway. Simon Werrett, right, there's your first point of call, because he took on illegal transcripts and recordings from Robert Kellaway and Conrad Brown, right, in 2002, April, when Millie Dowler was being hacked. I'm done from the 24th onwards, and Millie Dowler was done from the 10th, according to Glenn Mulcair, who can confirm that himself, actually. I might even play you that. Let's get Glenn Mulcair. We all know who Glenn Mulcair is now, don't we? Of course we do. We all know who Glenn Mulcair is. The one that got done for the hacking, Millie Dowler, ex-football player, geezer with the glasses on. Yeah, we all know who we're talking about. If you don't, Google him. Right, Google him. Now, I'm gonna play you something. I'm gonna play you something. And if the Met don't contact me, then please, I want you all to ring in at the Met and show them this video, direct them this way, and anything else you got. Right, here's one thing while I'm quickly on it. Now,
Simon Cowell.
Here's another thing for Cressida Dick, okay? Right, get ready for this one. Get ready for this one. Right. Get ready for this one, Cressida Dick. This is Richard Mallet, who filed my phone hacking claim, being spoken about in Andrew Ash's list. I'll just play it for you.
Simon Cowell.
Yes.
Max Bygraves.
Yes.
David Frost.
No.
Alan Wicker.
Yes.
Richard Mallet.
Yes.
Ted Heath.
Yes.
Confirmed.
Okay. Yes means Andrew had sex with them. Confirmed means other victims have come forward and has been confirmed by NAPIC.
Okay, so Crusader Dick, if you're out there, I'd like you to take notice of that. That's Andrew Ash. He was on the front page of the Express. I know you're aware of all of it. I literally don't have to take you through it all. You know exactly what I'm talking about. All right? And what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to bring this over so that I can flick through some files quicker. All right? So I've got a folder here of a load of stuff that I've put in here. And let me just... Special Sergeant Simon PCSO Werrett. That's Simon Werrett's wife. She's a PCSO. Linda, I think her name is. Yeah. Werrett, disciplinary culture. Oh, look, here's the actual bit there. Remember when I said to you, Werrett, this thing here, March 2010 Pix layout, Essex Police, that in that article there, which I'm going to show you in a minute, Werrett and Sweeting is still a PC in 2010. You remember PC Sweeting, who knocked on my front door, didn't you? With all the 20 other officers, tactical firearms unit, and grinders and gas bottles and riot gear. You remember that. Right, let's keep going. Here we go. Here's Werrett, yeah, Simon Werrett. Here he is. And this was back in 2007. He worked at Loughton Police Station, like I said, when I lived in Loughton. Okay. Yeah. Inspector Simon Werrett has worked for Essex Police for over 21 years, where he worked as a detective sergeant for Harlow and Loughton. I don't know who this geezer is on the right, but the one there on the left was how he pretty much looked in 2002 April. Right, that's how he looked. He looked like that. Right? So, this is just to prove to you that people are portraying to be... there's Levi Belfield. We all know who he is. Let me just make this folder smaller over here. Good boy, Jasper. That's Jasper in the background with additional sound effects. Levi Belfield. This is the drawing that was on the wall behind Millie Dowler. This means something. Yeah, they don't put anything in that they don't. That there's nothing goes out that they don't mean to have go out. Nothing's by mistake. That was a drawing that was behind on the wall by Millie Dowler. Right, let me just cut through. Andrew there with Ghislaine. Andrew, look at Puddick. I mean, look, come on, man. This is Puddick, Ian Puddick, interviewing Paul Page. You know, the bloke who's come out and said that Prince Andrew has all teddy bears on his bed and all the rest of it. The officer, ex-Royal Protection Officer, Paul Page, who was done for fraud. Guess who's talking to him? Ian Puddick. Spoke to him in 2018. And then today, you know what I mean? That's another royal connection back. Puddick works for the Queen. Right? Yes, right. Puddick works for the Queen. And now he's talking to an ex-Royal Protection Officer who worked for the Queen. This is all controlled. It's all bungle. And the people that they keep supporting basically keep getting done for fraud. Chris Fay, Andrew Ash, Paul Page. I suppose the next one will be John Wedger. They're going to discredit him. There's no way he goes forward, and absolutely no way. It's just a complete joke. He's another one who's turned from an ex-police, now he's a Christian. Fucking what? Fucking hell. That's Warwick Spinks there. There you go. It's Ian Puddick talking to Paul Page. I'm just showing you now, you know, and Ian Puddick, Dick. And Ian Puddick, I got a tweet saying he's spoken to Cressida Dick at a time when she wouldn't talk to me over the phone hacking, but he can talk to her. I pointed it out. You've seen all of this. Right, this is an interesting one. This bloke here, it's very interesting, Hugh Grant, that you know this man. I won't blow up his address, but he lives at number 33, and I know one of the models that saw kids in his ass. Oh yeah, we ain't gone there yet, mate. Prince Andrew, lightly dated Ghislaine Maxwell friend and ex-Royal Guard claim. Right, so this is Paul Page who was talking to Ian Puddick. So Ian Puddick is a spin doctor for the Queen and the Royals, and what he does is he gets stories put out that are going to get found out that the people that are putting the stories out have, got something wrong with them. Cole Beach, for example, who accused, of the Westminster VIP paedophile ring, and then what does it turn out? Oh, he's a paedophile. And he's made a fraudulent claim, and he goes to prison for 18 years. Now they're doing the turning over of Paul Page, except it's all controlled. Nothing's going to happen to him. This is their job. He's going to go out there and go blah, 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 and then say... And then they've already took him apart on the news. Why put him out there? You know that's what's going to happen. Otherwise, you people ain't fucking very clued up. You haven't got much of a fucking brain in your head. But like I said, it's all coordinated, it's all theatre. They're trying to get Prince Andrew out of trouble, and what they've done is, to make it believable to you, is they've stretched it out for 10 years. That's what they've done. And that is what is going on now. And I told you, nothing was going to come of Virginia Roberts' Dufresne's claim. Nothing's going to come of it. I'll tell you what's going to happen. They're going to turn on her. They're going to say, you were the procurer. You've earned a load of money out of this already, and that photograph's fake. You're in a lot of trouble, young lady. Just like fucking Cole Beach. Yeah? Ian Puddick. Paul Page reveals the culture of cover-ups at Royal Protection Directorate. Ghislaine Maxwell was a regular visitor. This is how they start bringing Ghislaine into the story now, like she was seeing Andrew on the quiet. Like, he's not a nonce. He was seeing a fully grown woman. Ghislaine, she come and goes as she please. Fuck off with your shit. And now Ghislaine's a fucking victim who's in prison in New York. Show us another drawing, you cunt. Yeah? Show us another fucking drawing. Ian Puddick breaking. My interview with Paul Page, Royal Protection Officer, Buckingham Palace. Here's what the policeman saw. You fucking sloth. You prick. You've been caught out. So, Crusader Dick, I say to you, are you going to keep letting this slide? Or are you going to do what Sadiq Khan, Mr. Khan, House of Khan there, is going to tell you to do? Yeah? You got days, if not weeks, to sort this out, Crusader. While you're at it,
You will hear.
while you're at it, investigate this, because Daniela has now become a witness in a crime at the Red Rooms where I saw Ghislaine Maxwell and fucking Prince Andrew and 2 fucking minors. Yeah? Now you better do something about it, or it looks like you're getting a fucking sack, love. Yeah? I don't care if I'm shouting and swearing. You'd be the same if you was me going through this fucking shit for 30 years. Now you better do something.
If I was a paedophile and I was part of their paedophile ring, would I do that? Would I lose a job that was putting food in my kid's mouth for you? Yeah, we will hear it, Rhiannon, because he watches everything I do. Trudy told me when she lived 2 doors down from him, he used to run in her house when he was with Joanne and look through magazines that I was in and watch me on the telly. Up until a few years ago, until Trudy moved. Trudy's one of my best friends and he hates it. We've all tried to help him.
Yeah, by calling me a fucking paranoid coke freak, you dickhead. Hayley Barlow, she's on my hacking evidence. She's part of Channel 4. She'll be the one that's covered up Tom Watkins' grand designs for him so he can run off to Maui. Yeah, look, there she is on the hacking evidence. Yeah? Hayley Barlow. Neil Wallace, who's on my hacking, he's friends with Ian Puddick. Puddick also works for the Queen and set up... Yeah, look, he said I've been sectioned. Sectioned? Nothing, his computers didn't get taken. There it is, look, I was kind enough to buy him a Ninja recorder. A Ninja recorder, you see it there? So how can Puddick say that he ain't bought it for me? He works for the Queen. He's interviewed Paul Page. He funded the Andrew Ash story to get found out to be a load of bollocks. These people are doing it, Crusader Dick, and it's about time you fucking start looking at it. But you won't, because you're behind it. You're letting it happen, and now your ways are catching up with you. Look at me, poor fucker, down there trying to see David Cameron with a watchful eye over me. Who's that, I wonder, behind me with 33 on her top? Daniela! Right, if you... Right, I'll just stop it there for a second. What does that picture tell you? What does that picture tell you? And what's going on in the media right now? What's that? Ghislaine's a victim. She's a victim, is she? Only when you've got people like this spinning the fucking media. Yeah? Crusader Dick? You're going to sort my phone hacking evidence out because I'm in the claims. I've got a claim number. I can prove that Scotland Yard that you run was dealing with Richard Mallet, who's been found out to be fraudulent again. There's that fucking word again, fraud. And he's coming up in Andrew Ash's list as an abuser, as someone that slept with fucking Andrew on a list with the ex-Prime Minister, Ted Heath. And Leon Brett, like, what, and you're not going to do nothing about it, and I'm going to be left to be the bad one all the time. I'm coming back to Scotland Yard, and you better fucking listen this time. Right. There's another thing that needs investigating. Tom Watkins, Esther Ranson, child line sex pest. She lets them get away. Who was she in with? Let's just go back a bit. Oh yeah, Tom Watkins, my ex-manager. Yeah, the fucking child procurer, the fucking nonce case, who's in with Jonathan King. Yeah? Look what she done. Let Childline lets sex pests get away. Yeah, old article. I done well fucking finding that one. Craig Robert Young out of one of Tom's old groups, Juice, giving me Kelly's number. I rung that a little while ago. She answered it, trying to play like it weren't her. Of course it was her. Why don't you want to talk about it, Kelly? Why don't you want to talk about Tom Watkins? Yeah? I thought you was using his rape of one of our band members against him so you could go solo. Well, it didn't work out. Well, what happened then? You would have thought that you would have wanted to fucking talk to someone, wouldn't you? Do you want to talk to me? Offer's still open. Craig, you're there. Talk to me. Paul, the other geezer, talk to me. And the only other one that was left in the group is fucking Ant McPartlin's ex-wife, Lisa. Yeah? Someone start opening your fucking mouths, yeah? Because you're not staying out of this. You got kids in prams in your videos being pushed by doormen. Kids behind bars, buckets hanging up. We know what that is. That's a fucking kill room. Well, you don't know about that? I find that hard to believe when you lot have been in the industry getting fucking paid all this time, yeah? People, so I'll tell you what, yeah? Someone better start opening your mouth. Jonathan King, Tom Watkins' his friend, who's in with Esther Ranson, who lets sex pests get away. And who investigated this bloke? Who investigated him? Mazza Mahmood. Well, Mazza Mahmood was recording me with Conrad Brown and Robert Kellaway at the time they done Millie Dowler as well. So they were investigating Millie Dowler because they investigate child prostitution and that, because there it is. They done it to King. So what, you wouldn't be doing it to Levi Belfield? Did you look into his companies? 001 International Moving Services. Did you look at that? Yeah, registered in Twickenham with his so-called ex-girlfriend. Yeah, Joanna Collins. Yeah, all over the news right now. Yeah, thanks to Murdoch and all them getting your stories out. Yeah, do you think we're stupid? It's just a repeat of Joanne Magellix all over again with Ian Watkins, Lost Prophet singer. It's the same shit all over again. And you know who's in the middle of all of them? Puddick. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's me sending it all to the police. Ian Tippett at Met Police. Yeah? It's there. I proved I sent it long time ago. Met Police, Crusader Dick. I'm going to fast forward through some of this. Here, look, this is what you do. When you start talking out, I spoke to Simon Danchuk. Yeah? Right. There he is. There's me talking to him. What do you do about anything? Fuck all. Yeah? Advocate for fucking anti-child abuse? Don't fucking think so. And he went out with fucking Lou Dickens, didn't he? Wasn't he Lou Dickens' ex-boyfriend? Yeah. This is what they do to you when you try and talk out. Desperation takes over. Brian contemplated suicide. Ooh. And there's loads of them. Look. Ooh, Brian was so desperate he wanted to commit suicide. Yeah? Yeah, here's me seeing Simon Danchuk, right? Yeah, look, desperation takes over. Long battle with depression. Yeah, look, E17 living off benefits has contemplated suicide. What, and they weren't going to fucking try and kill me? You better fucking do something, yeah? I'm done with this fucking shit. I'm done with you fucking lying, cover up little boy bum licking slags. You better do something, yeah? You better. This time. You got days, if not weeks, to sort it out. That's what you got. Oh, but Brian Harvey in very desperate situation. Brian Harvey storms Downing Street demanding to see David Cameron. How many fucking years ago? Sorry, Jasper. It's what you do. This is what you do. Paddock didn't buy me a Ninja to record Andrew Ash. What's that then? That's a fucking receipt, cunt. Yeah? Don't get in. You swore. Fuck your mum. Yeah? Fuck your mum. I'm gonna swear because I'm angry now, man. You fucking piss me off, you people. You want to keep fucking ignoring me like I'm some sort of cunt. Well, I have to keep pointing out what you're gonna do before it happens, and then it happens, and then no one still fucking listens. Yeah? You better fucking listen this time. Brian Harvey, sectioned. Ian Paddock, works for the Queen. Nothing got done. And I got the police officer who's supposed to be investigating it. Met police again. Crusader Dick. What did you do? Nothing. Phone tapping. Robert Kellaway. In the police. On the 3rd of May 2002. All this paperwork's all fucking fake. But we know the story happened. What's going on with this paperwork? Because I got that from, guess who? Richard Mallet, who's now been done for fraud and comes up on Andrew Ash's fucking list thanks to Ian Paddock, who works for the Queen. Now what the fuck is going on, Crusader Dick? John Wedger, ex-Met police officer. When are you going to correct that one? He ain't no fucking police officer. Because once again, I'd like to report him now, Mr. John Wedger, who came in my house while he was still active, because he didn't finish until 2017. Yeah, if his fucking video with Bill was anything to go by. But I don't believe the story anyway. Yeah, you're all fucking agents. And when someone works for the Queen, you ain't no fucking little players down there. You're trying to play it like you are, but you fucking ain't. You're out to destroy people's lives. And I fucking caught you. And now, I'm going to fucking destroy your lives. For the rest of my life, you fucking cunts. Because you don't do this to someone and get away with it. You're not getting away with it. I'm fucking exposing you proper. And you know what else you are? Fucking paedophile protectors. Say what you like about me, you fucking cunts. Say what you like. I ain't like you. And now, I've caught ya. And you're all fucked. And Crusader Dick's got days. You got days, mate, yeah? And you better fucking sort it out. Because I will be outside Scotland Yard with all your fucking paperwork pointing out how you've done nothing. Tom Watkins, Esther Ranson. Doesn't take much working out. You don't really need me to explain it to you. Rupert Murdoch, Ghislaine Maxwell. Ian Paddock, Neil Wallace. Downing Street. Right, now let me just give you a little bit of evidence from this bird.
Like, we just lived in a little house, a little flat together and that, and it was fun. And you know, he was the love of my life.
Oh look, the signal's going funny. Can you hear that?
Brian Harvey was probably the only man I ever loved, but like loved, actually did love. And
can't done love no one but himself.
You know what I mean? And it was just the fame and everything else, and he just couldn't deal with my addiction. Brian hates cocaine. He hates.
Thank you.
Like
so thank you. So I wouldn't be giving people cocaine, would I? No.
He hated cocaine. He hated it.
Thank you.
He used to go, oh, it's only because of Brian Harvey. It was nothing to do with Brian Harvey.
Thank you. Thank you. I hope you're taking all this in, everyone.
Brian hated that shit.
Thank you.
It's easy to do that. People do that, though, isn't it? Just sort of criticise.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? It's easy. Like people used to say, oh, Whitney Houston only because of Bobby Brown. Well,
that's what I was thinking.
I mean, it's
that's it. You know,
on a much bigger scale, but it's like, do you know what I mean? And like Brian was a massive talent, and he still is a massive talent today. Within his, my son's worked with Brian. Even with like Brian's produced stuff with Kai and
don't blow smoke up my arse. It's bullshit. Yeah, don't blow smoke up my arse.
They're so alike, like crazy, but.
I've seen what's going on with brother, and you know, like it's sad. Do you know what I mean?
It's not
ain't
sad. It's real. What Brian's doing is real. Like that stuff about the Red Room and all that stuff about them parties and paedophile rings. Yeah, it happened. It's real. Yeah, I was part of that. Yeah. I was groomed and abused.
I wasn't saying that's not. I'm not saying that's sad. I mean,
it's sad
that he's
take it in, Crusader.
What's sad is no one's listening to him,
and he's not. And like people mocking and all that.
Yeah, people are gonna mock him because they don't want to hear the truth. As much as this COVID thing has made people look at conspiracy theories, and what Brian's talking about isn't a conspiracy theory; it's real life. Yeah, then paedophile rings do happen. Yeah, then paedophile rings did happen on a massive scale. Yeah. That's how I got my fame.
Right. Yes, it did happen. What we saw was real. Yeah, that's how she got her fame. Let's not mistake that for anything, or even let that go for a second. Don't ever let that go, right? Ever. Don't ever let that go. Because I'm not. Right. Esther Ranson, Hillary Clinton. They know each other. If Esther Ranson knows Tom Watkins, and Tom Watkins' best mate is Jonathan King, and we've all heard the stories about this other fucking bitch, yeah? What's that tell ya? Or do you want to keep your fucking eyes closed to it? It's about time you fucking people wake up. Some of you, majority of you that come on here, you're all right. But those people that are on my fucking page now, trolling for other people, thinking that it's going to get you somewhere, like, you need to check your fucking selves. Seriously. You need to seriously fucking check yourselves. Right, let's carry on, because there's a lot more to get through. Right. Oh, this is ironic. Tony Blair and Prince Andrew. I promise to do all I can to help stop cruelty to children. Well, you can stop fucking them. That'd be a good start, wouldn't it, everyone? Yeah? And Cressida Dick, that's the other thing. She didn't want to investigate Andrew, did she? Yeah, we won't be investigating Andrew. No, I bet you fucking won't. I bet you fucking won't. Because you're all in the same little gang. You're all as sordid as each other. And you take the public for fucking idiots. Like we think you're all special and that. We look at you all like you're cunts. I hope you know that. You don't represent us, the people of this country. You don't represent nothing. We all think that you're fucking funny, inbred, weird, wonky looking cunts. Your eyes are too close together. Your teeth are too big. You're a fucking mess. Just get out. Just get out. Jubilee Sports Limited. Who's that connected to? JP Cord Limited. Jubilee Sports. Yeah? JP Cord Limited. Islamic Art. Yeah? Look at all these companies. Yeah? Right? JP Cord. Resigned directorships. 3,156. Still got a couple of hundred going here. Just under a couple of hundred going. And look who's involved with it. Mr. Levi Belfield, Miss Joanna, Sasha Collins, who's all over the news at the minute as Levi's ex. They're not even, most of them are not even naming her name too much. Yeah, but all you got to do is a quick company check. Go on that one as well. Company check. Type them names in and see it for yourself. JP Cord. And then company secretary hasn't even been spelt right. JP Cores Limited. Ooh, bit of a spelling error there. Yeah? Levi Belfield. How comes the Met ain't talking about the companies that he had or anything? He's got another one. Ocean Air Limited, International Moving Services. Let me ask you a question. What you moving? What you moving? I thought you was a doorman. I thought you was... What you moving? There she is. Look. 001 International Moving Services Limited. Maybe the mainstream media need to start asking her about that. Yeah. You won't get anywhere with it though, because that might as well say Miss Joanne Magellix. Because it's all come from the same place, I fucking believe. Mr. Levi Belfield, here we go. Here's his other companies. Yeah. 001 International Moving Services Limited. Atlas Ocean Air Limited. Yeah. Atlantis Ocean Air Limited. So that really, all of that, international, that seems like it's global, doesn't it? What are you moving about globally? And no one found that interesting. No, we'll just turn him into a lone wolf. He operated alone. He must have done this. He must have done that. Fuck off, yeah? Fuck off with your shit, you cunt. You take us for cunts. Yeah? Look, here's Watkins' book. Let's make lots of money. And then look, on the other issue of it, look at this. You'll never nanny in this town again. That's not his book. They'll claim that that's a fucking type error or a picture error. Yeah, ain't no error. That's signalling to his fucking mates. Where's he gone? Ask Hayley Barlow. You took down his Grand Designs video where he said he was thinking of going to Maui, wasn't he? He's got a house there because he sent E17 on holiday and I didn't fucking go. And good job, because I probably would have got fucked up the arse, come back a different man. But as it happens, the mainstream media have pulled a little favour for Tom. And to end the trail with me keep going on about him, they've decided to say he's dead. That's why, you know, this geezer with all his bravado and his big Mickey Mouses and all that, he'd be having a big funeral, rubbing it in your face. He can't now, he's got to accept that, so he's had to fuck off to Maui. So when you go on out where his book's being published, Yeah, the e-book, no, not the paperback, but the e-book. You'll never nanny in this town again. Look, pushchair. Yeah, do you remember the Juice video? Kids in pushchairs. And then palm tree. Where do you associate a palm tree to? Hawaii. That's not a mistake, that. True Adventures of a Hollywood Nanny. It's the headline. You'll never nanny in this town again. No, Tom, you're going to have to do it in Maui. Yeah, where you'll meet John Podesta with his hot dog stand, and you'll do it there, probably. Because Hillary Clinton knows John Podesta, doesn't she? Yeah, and Hillary Clinton, well, we've already established that she knows Esther Ranson, don't we? Yeah. So, if Tom knows Esther Ranson, and now Tom's dead, and he's in Hawaii, mate, yeah, being looked after, because he's a big player in this fucking thing. Big player. Let's make lots of money, you cunt. A $1 million analysis. You're a fraud, fucking lying cunt. Come, shake. Right, this I'm going to go over to Brian now and let him explain.
Right.
She knew something worthy of
Six-figure salary.
Have you blank?
Are phone tappers, specialist tracers who can get hold of all records. They were providing a service which was accepted throughout Fleet Street. It was accepted as the norm.
One private investigator, Glenn Mulcair, supplied what he called research and information to the News of the World in return for a six-figure salary.
This is the bloke hiding my house, Glenn Mulcair. I'm going to play you a recording in a minute.
These type of services that you could readily and easily rely on.
That's Glenn Mulcair that I'm holding up.
Who were fair game.
And then we get to Millie Dowler. So, you know, it was in the public, it's a big case.
The News of the World story about Millie's voicemail caused a sensation, but the reality was more alarming.
Watch this.
3 months after her disappearance, Surrey police finally have...
Oh shit, what have I done? Hang on, I'm sorry. Fuck, I didn't want to do that. Oh, you dickhead. Sorry, I hit the wrong button. Where was it? Here, it was back here. It was there. Here.
She's been abducted by chance abducted.
And if she has been abducted, Surrey police have already missed a key detail that could have changed everything.
I can't believe it. It's inside, man. It's an inside job. What did Millie know, man? What did Millie know? She knew something. She's been prostituted. She knew something.
That's a low price.
All I know is she knew something worthy of being phone tapped over. She's been prostituted to police and higher ups. She knew something worthy of being phone tapped over, right? And why did they blank that out just then? Why did they blank that out? You know why they blanked that out, didn't you? Yeah, that's why. Robert Kellaway. Oh shit! No, that's important. The same We're going back a bit. We're going back. Here we go. Get away! Yes. Go back. Here we go. Right now, watch this, people.
It was just like her job. She's picked up her voicemails, Bob. She's alive.
But it might be someone else who is picking up Millie's voicemails.
You're a naughty
On
man,
April the 14th, one newspaper runs a sensational story.
The News of the World
Watch.
had found a message that appeared to be really, really significant from a business in Telford in Shropshire that appeared to be offering Millie
Watch the article.
a job in their business.
Watch the one they show.
This is the News of the World.
Look, why are they blanking it?
On the 14th of April.
Why are you blank? Look, people.
With the person
they don't want that name coming into it. Robert Kellaway.
We're ringing because we have some interviews starting. Can you call me back? Thank you. Bye-bye. The News of the World got very excited about this.
Fuck.
They thought, right, this is our exclusive. We send half a dozen people up there, we'll find her.
Tell me you see that, people. Show me thumbs up. Show me you saw that.
It looked as if Millie was alive and that she was being offered a job.
Why'd they blank that out? There can only be one reason.
Were obtained by a shadowy network of men and women. If you needed the information and had the money, it seemed anything was possible.
These are a list of probably the best known.
It's so frustrating.
Why
have you blanked that page?
Or private
Why have you blanked that page?
Hired by the newspapers.
Because of what I pointed out.
Secret or privileged information.
You've got people who've got connections with phone companies, with finding out about cars, DVLA, and then people who, within that network, are phone tappers, specialist tracers who can get hold of
phone tapping, there it is.
They were providing a service which was accepted throughout Fleet Street. It was accepted as the norm.
One private investigator, Glenn Mulcair, supplied what he called research and information.
This is the man who I'd run my house.
The world in return for a 6-figure salary.
You would not be able to kick off an investigation unless you had these type of services.
He hacked Millie and me on the voicemail side of things.
And it wasn't just the famous who were fair game.
And then we get to Millie Dowler. So, you know, it was in the public, it was a big case.
The news of the world story about Millie's voicemail caused a sensation, but the reality was more alarming. 3 months after her disappearance, Surrey police finally have a working theory for what has happened to Millie.
It took them 3 months to make something up.
We've worked extensively through a number of different hypotheses.
No, the police are liars. 2 old people were let go from Surrey after this for nonsense. And I'm suspecting that they were the 2 that Levi Belfield would have been dealing with.
And if she has been abducted, Surrey police have already missed a key detail that could have changed everything.
I can't believe it. It's inside, man. It's an inside job. What did Millie know, man? What did Millie know? She knew something. She's been prostituted. That's what she knew. She knew something.
Yeah,
she knew. All I know is she knew something worthy of being phone tapped over. Being prostituted to higher ups. She knew something worthy of being phone tapped over. There's a Masonic network behind it. And why did they blank that out just then? Don't want Robert Kellaway's name coming into it. You know why they blanked that out, didn't you? Robert Kellaway's going to deny all knowledge of phone hacking. Robert Kellaway. Couldn't have his name on it because he was working with Conrad at my case. Exactly the same. The whole page, the adverts. He's working with Conrad. Conrad only works with a fake shake. Arnold there. And I've got it. And they changed the name on the story. They've changed it. When you see, when they go to the press or whenever they talk about it on this thing and you do see the name, it doesn't say Robert Kellaway anymore. It says Sarah Arnold. So why would you do that? You would do that because you wouldn't want the guy's name attached or even coming into it. Why? Because at the same time they was hacking Millie, they was hacking Brian Harvey. So if that comes out and we don't contain that story, everyone's going to know that Robert Kellaway was working with Conrad Brown. Conrad Brown only works with a fake shake. And Glenn Mulcair, who's doing the voicemail side of things, they definitely cannot tie the fake shake to Glenn Mulcair because it's never been done, and that would be really damaging for Murdoch. Well, my case does that, because if Conrad Brown is recording me with Robert Kellaway, you know, just after they've done Millie, with Mazza Mahmood, because Mazza only works with Conrad, and Glenn Mulcair's doing my mobile at the same time Robert Kellaway's transcribing, that date is the 2nd of the 5th, 02, then they're caught, aren't they? And they couldn't have that. But to them, that's massive. To me, that's just one fucking small part of this. I've got it. But I've got that, more importantly. They changed that name to Sarah Arnold. You will see it today. Just blanked out from you. Yeah, there's the actual page. It's the exact same page. Even the bit on the side there, everything at the bottom, the whole page is exactly the same. Why are you hiding him? Because of my case, that's why. Right. But they'll have you believe I'm unimportant and, you know, he just rambles and so when you go back over it now and you look at all the people that have put the boot into me for that, and it's all unreasonable because I'm actually showing evidence, you need to start looking at them people differently because they're the ones that are working for the other side. It's that easy to work out, okay? So... That's the man that done it.
That's Robert Kellaway.
That's Conrad Brand.
That's Conrad
That's
Brand.
Robert Kellaway, who should have been on that article that they just blurred off.
That's who it
That's
was.
Conrad Brand.
And don't forget, the newspaper, the News of the World, allegedly was shut down over that story. That story that shut the newspaper down was bylined by Robert Kellaway, who claims he knows nothing about hacking or Millie Dowler's story. He's a liar. He was doing the very same thing to me as what he was doing to Millie, with the same technology and the same people for the same newspaper. The fucking end.
The Fake Shakes partner. That's Glenn Mulcair. And that is the Fake Shake. And they are all in on it together. Yeah, make no mistake about it. Because that is why they just covered that up. Why would you cover up Robert Kellaway's... Why would you cover it up? Because officially, Robert Kellaway says
There we go.
he knew nothing of...
Right, take that in, people. Kellaway, and that's coming from Peter Jukes, who worked at Hacked Off, who I've also had round here, agreed with everything, was just as outraged. I can't believe what you've got here. Yeah. And then goes back to his mate Puddick. And Puddick goes and talks to people like Jerry McCann, who runs Hacked Off. That was news to me. Fucking hell. And me and Jerry McCann, we both shared the same barrister, didn't we? Mr. David Sherborne, who's counsel for all of the phone hacking victims. You'll see him standing in the background behind them all. But even more disturbingly, standing in the background behind the McCanns, which I find fucking disturbing, especially when I go running in the court and I said, tell the judge, Mr. Justice Man, I said, you're a cunt, you're a cunt, you're a cunt. Don't think I don't know what's fucking going on now. Yeah. And I'm investigating paedophilia. Well, everyone must have went, oh, fucking hell, can't pay him, don't do it. They fucking don't like me, mate, yeah?
Phone hacking or Millie Dowler's voicemails being accessed. The fucking liar. Know nothing about phone hacking.
Proved he's a liar. So Crusader Dick, I hope you're watching. Met Police, I hope you're watching. Those fake police that came round here for Puddick and took my computers and turned up with guns, they'd have to be Tactical Firearms Unit. They will need to show you that they're Tactical Firearms Unit. And then they don't get involved in interviewing you after. They're there for one thing, yeah, and have to shut that out. And once they know everything's secure, they fuck off. Normal old people will talk to you, yeah? But I'll get all-rounders walking about with guns, listening to me phone hacking evidence, take my computers. Where did you take my computers, Puddick? Because you're about to get sued. I hope you know that. You and fucking Essex Police and fucking... where'd they take me? Down the fucking road? That cunt was sweeting and all that. I don't give a fuck. You're all getting it. Because everything I've got here is provable. And you can paint me up like a madman all you want. He shouts, he screams. Fucking damn right I do. And I'll do it in your fucking faces, you cunts. Yeah? That's the difference. I'll fucking do it in your face, you cunt. That's the fucking difference.
In Robert Kellaway? What's that then?
What's that, Crusader Dick?
Transcripts of your illegal
transcripts of various transcripts of recordings made by Robert Kellaway. Guess when? The 3rd of May. You know? The 3rd of May. Absolutely impossible. Absolutely impossible. But here's the thing. Robert Kellaway, this is a Friday the 3rd of May. If you notice the date on the Mulcair note, which I'll show you, it says the 2nd of May, 02. And then Kellaway even goes out of his way, which I'll show you in a minute, in the hacking inquiry, tweeted by Peter Jukes, and even says that Thursday was the cut-off point. He even fucking puts that in his thing. So, you know, anything happens on a Friday or a weekend, I don't know. You know what I mean? So even states, and it just so happens that 2nd of the 5th 02 is a Thursday, and it falls on that day. But I thought you didn't do anything Friday, Kellaway. Well, you're in the police station, according to this paperwork that I've got from Mallet through the legal ombudsman. But I doubt that really even was the legal ombudsman that I spoke to, because they've been diverting my calls, you see, because I've got people on me that work for the Queen, because of what me and Daniela saw in the fucking red rooms, and they're scared that I was going to say something about it. They put a lot of time and money and investment into this Virginia Roberts story. And John Harris knew about it in 2015, and Bill Maloney definitely knew about it when he was talking to Andrew. And now they're saying that you could be the one in trouble. They're putting the narrative out there in front of me, except I didn't clock it at the time. Yeah? And then Andrew, look what happened now. Hey, saying you could be the one that's in trouble. Well, it's just no different to Paul Page, Chris Fay, fucking Cold Beach, you know, fucking pick one. Oh, they're all frauds. Anyone that ever comes forward has got anything to say about historical child abuse, you're a fraud. I just cut to the chase now. You know, Virginia Roberts, fraud. It's going to turn out she's the procurer, she knew what was going on, she was happy to take the money, yeah, she's the bad one now, Ghislaine's the victim, and Prince Andrew, we all need to say sorry to him. And that is how they're going to wrap it up into a nice little bundle. Ghislaine Maxwell's not been in prison, she ain't no victim, her dad was Robert Maxwell, yeah, if your dad's Robert Maxwell, you ain't no fucking victim, yeah? You ain't no fucking victim, not no fucking real victim. Picture a fucking homeless 3-year-old getting raped, that's a victim. Yeah, what you were shopping about, basically. They're victims, not you, you fucking evil cunts. You try and turn it round all the time. And Daniela trying to tell me that it was Simon Cowell and Sunita in the Red Rooms. Well, if that's what you want to stand by, Daniela, Crusader Dick, that is what Daniela said to me. I'm willing to give a statement, file an affidavit, whatever. I'll swear on oath, and we'll do it that way. We'll do it that way, because we are going to get to the fucking bottom of this. Yeah? We are going to get to the bottom of it this time. The police knew as well. Especially when Crusader Dick and the Met are under scrutiny right now and under pressure to start doing the right thing and become transparent. Well, you can fucking start with me, can't you? Because whether you like me or not, and whether I scream or shout, or whatever your fucking opinion is on me, I've got fucking legal paperwork here that's coming from Scotland Yard and it needs fucking sorting out. And we want a public inquiry on this one. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. There's Glenn Mulcair at the bottom there. Right, remember I said to you just now on the Mulcair notes on page 60, because from Scotland Yard I was given page 58 and page 60. There was no 59, which I found strange, and even Glenn Mulcair found strange when he come round. And what I'm showing you there on the bottom of that page, the top bit is a part of an email from Robert Kellaway, who knows nothing about phone hacking or any of that type of stuff, but he's sending his illegal recordings and transcripts to DCI Simon Werrett, who's now a Christian pastor hiding in Southend and has now changed his Twitter handle to Simon Digitally. It used to say DCI Werrett or ex-retired DCI. I'll show you, I've got the screenshots, you're going to see it in a minute. Yeah, so he's hiding now. That's no coincidence at this very fucking time. He's a Christian, by the way, just like John Wedger, so maybe they know each other. Could be. He's Essex Police anyway, and I've got DCI Werrett and PC Sweeting in 2010 together. So how can there be PC Sweeting knocking on my door in 2022? Fucking hell, no one's give you a leg up in all them years, mate. You ain't been promoted. Hardly seems fucking worth it. I'd get out of there if I was you. Instead of coming round harassing pop stars, dragging them out of bed, trying to wind them up so you can get a reaction out of them, then you can break in their house so you can fucking go and leave some of your dirty little child porn in there and then go, oh, guess what, he's a paedophile, he only had this in his house and he only had that. Fuck your mum, you cunt. I'll tell you, I'll fuck her for you. Nick, I might have to just do one copper's mum. I'm sorry. I just fucking ragged the fuck out of her throat because she's a cunt and she gave birth to a fucking piece of shit. You fucking cunt. Anyway, let's get on with it. My mobile, as instructed by Neville Felbeck on the 2nd of the 5th 02. And there's you, Robert Kellaway, on the 2nd of the 5th 02, transcribing your illegal recordings of me and Reese, who's now dead. Maybe we forgot about that bit. But yeah, the other bloke who's got proof of phone tapping along with me, who's named in all these transcripts, who was being recorded, guess what? He's only dead. He's only dead. My mate, he's dead. Yeah, so in 2016 they're saying Hero Dad died in Spain saving his daughter from drowning. Hero Dad. But in 2002 they're calling him a drug dealer here, and you can fucking see it on that document right there. Yeah, so you can pay his daughters a load of money compensation for what you've done because you've killed him. Yeah, I am accusing you, Murdoch, of hiring a hitman to kill Reese Morris on holiday while he's in Spain by way of drugging his drink. So he goes out in the sea with his daughter, he comes over all funny, fights because he don't know what the fuck's going on to get his daughter out of the water because he probably thinks it's happening to her as well, and he drowns. How very convenient for you, sir. Yeah? You wait, I'm going to fucking destroy you all, and if you think you can come round and intimidate me or send people, you better leave that alone. Fuck you, I'll stab you in the eye, you cunt. Come anywhere near me, come in my house, in my front garden, I'll fucking ruin you. Right? Know that right now. I don't care who you are, how big you are, who you know, how many guns your mate's got, I will fuck you up. Do you understand me? Don't come anywhere near me, you dirty cunts, because I will switch up on you. Fucking intimidating
Made by
pieces
you
of shit cunts.
and Conrad Brown, the fake Shakes partner, all being done at the same time Glenn Mulcair's doing my mobile phone. You are the same crew that done it to Millie Dowler. And you weren't just listening to her voicemail messages, you were phone tapping. And the editor, Greg Miskill, has admitted it. And you heard it. You heard it earlier.
You heard it.
Played it again earlier.
You've heard it.
A couple of videos up before this one. Have a look on BHTV1, you'll see it up there. It's there. It's all admitted. Now, why not getting bought up? And that girl got took as that thingy camera was just turned away for 50 seconds. And that ain't an inside job. That ain't planned. And they didn't let Rebecca Brooks destroy all of them files that was going to incriminate Surrey Old Bill in a fucking paedophile ring. Yeah? Yeah. And others. Yeah? So, she was destroying... You remember, you hearing about it? So, laptops and loads of paperwork, setting it on fire in a skip and that. Why didn't the police arrest her? Because it was in the police's interest. That's why.
Not to arrest her.
Just like it was in the police's interest not to ever let this come out. DS Werrett from Essex Police liaising with Robert Kellaway, who hacked Millie Dowler. DS Werrett is now a Christian pastor called Reverend Eastwood Evan in Southend. And if he's a Christian, I would say come forward and tell the fucking truth about what you know, Werrett. Tell the truth about what you fucking know. Because either you do that, or you're getting arrested, mate. You're getting nicked. I don't care if you're fucking serious crime directorate. Yeah? You're a fraud, fucking lying cunt. Cover up merchant.
Proper fraud.
Let's get back to it.
Is he even real? That's what I'm asking now. Are any of them real? Are any of the stories you've been getting real?
Fucking Christian.
It was thanks to a secret technique known only to a handful of private investigators.
When you get a new mobile phone, there is a default PIN code which gives you access to your voicemail messages. Most people didn't realise that they could change their PIN setting. Most people just use the default automatically. So if somebody else rang into that number and got through to the voicemail, you could then trigger the recital of the voicemail messages. It was a very quick way of getting it.
See, they're only talking about hacking, listening to the messages. They were phone tapping, listening to your live calls.
Maybe somebody quite surprising, speaking to them. They then thought, well, we can really go to town on this.
The News of the World has got hold of Millie's number from a child at her school. Then, hearing a message for her, they run a story implying that Millie may be alive.
Well, I'm going to prove that that is a lie. I'm going to prove to you that that is a lie. I'm now going to play you Glenn Mulcair himself. Right? Watch this. Oh, fuck, what am I doing? Where have I put that now? Sorry, bear with me. There's a lot of information to get out in this couple of hours because I don't want to go on any longer than that. But I do need to go through this. Around it. Right, so here's another thing. Ian Puddick here, 2018. Sort of. The police officers that come to my gym bar are also from the National Crime Agency. So that has enabled me to understand who these fucking fake police are that have been around me. That's where they come from. Just take that as gospel. That's what it is, because they're not normal police officers. Tactical Firearms would have to come out and tell you that. Once it's secure, they fuck off. These are all in ones they're sending out. Brand's nightclub became Cocaine Den. Do you see that bit there? Royalty, actors and pop stars. Do you see that? Royalty, actors and pop stars. You're going to see that page. Ah, there we go. There we go. There we go. It's gone, basically. Yeah, it's gone. The article's gone. I can't fucking pop out of it now either. So there it was. And then I went online, went, look at this, everyone. Went back. Gone. Right? That's the problem. That's why I took it away. Royalty, actors and pop stars. Alright? Who's the royalty? Underground Tunnel Network that's been admitted by Prince Eugenie's husband. Nice one for that one, mate. Royalty, actors and pop stars were given exclusive access to a VIP room at the club where the drug was freely consumed.
Independent and the Times, 9th of the 12th, 2000. Right? Who's the royalty? Who's the royalty? I think we know who that is, don't we? Yeah. Ah. Here we go. Here we go. Sarah Arnold. Sarah Arnold. Same page. Same story. Yeah. Sarah Arnold. So why? Check this out. The Mirror. Good geezers. When Bill Maloney told his wife he was remortgaging their flat to make a film called Lunatic, she thought he'd gone mad. Right, this is how they use the mainstream media to set things up. This is, look, 2007. That's when they started laying the groundwork for, I'm a filmmaker. Yeah? Here's the old Bill taking me away.
B, you what?
What's happening?
You cool? What are they doing?
Just take a step back first.
I know,
Yeah,
see,
take a step
yeah.
back. I know, just
I'm obviously here.
Noel Peter Yardley, friend of Ian Puddick, is in at least 2 companies with him, and as you can see down there, he's part. This is why Puddick always goes on about Ward 11, because his mates are in a Tavistock, and we've all heard about them, haven't we? That's a whole video in itself. Tavistock Institute. Noel Peter Yardley, Ian Ronald Puddick. Yeah. Who are these people? Because Puddick works for the Queen. Met police officer who was meant to protect kids, jailed for child sex abuse. Yeah, you all forgot about that one, didn't you? And I think this was one of the ones that came round to see me with DC Tony Atkin. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure it was. Sure, he's the one I said to him, do you want another cushion, mate? And I've got that recorded. So we can find out. Ian Ronald Puddick. Phonecast Limited. Look when it's incorporated. 14th of the 11th, 02. Appointed. No, that's not when it was created. It was created on the 14th of May, 02. Phonecast Limited. That's the one that he worked with the Queen with. That's the one on the cards. There's a little graphic there for you of how the mainstream media and the intelligence services all work together. At least in the case of the McCanns. Scotland Yard. So it's all Scotland Yard. This is just a picture with just me looking at all the evidence there, all the names, trying to work out what the fuck's going on. Bottom line is right, Glenn Mulcair. You've got the journalist police witness statements from 2002. Here we go. One main point that's obvious is Kellaway's already been in the Leveson inquiry and told him that he knew nothing about it, and nothing. And so has Rebecca Brooks. Now I've got a piece of, I've got a, it was Richard Mallett summing up and writing out the stuff for the case. Rebecca Brooks had been contacted on it, right? So because she says, and I've got a quote from her, she does not want to be called to court, very unhappy about the way the case has been handled. Yeah. And I put it to her, what you're unhappy about is the phone tapping and you getting caught out about it. Because in the same thing, it says that they are fully aware that they knew they set me up. Yeah. Fully aware that they knew this is Glenn Mulcair, you know. And she's made a quote about it, but then when you look to the Leveson, she knew nothing about it back then.
Well,
so
I don't think she went under oath there and things like that, you know, on diet and things like that.
So they're protected, aren't they, that lot, basically. It's what did Exaro call it? They called it News International Freemasonry. So, but I mean, I've seen it for myself. You've got old Bill connected to them. I mean, even in my case, right, you've got Robert Kellaway talking to DS Werritt at Loughton Police Station, who's now, or was DCI Werritt, was promoted and put in the Special Crime Department, SCD or something like that they're called, and now he's retired. And I followed him the other day, I found him on Twitter. And he's just retired. So as he's just retired, I've just found him on Twitter and sent him Kellaway's email. to him from back in 2002, and I'm like, why haven't you done a fucking witness statement? You were the first person at Loughton Police, the police in general, to take on Kellaway's illegal recordings. Now you knew, I've got the document there, telephone conversation between Kamal Zulba and Brian Harvey. There it is.
Between it?
A guy called Kamal Zulba they used to set me up. He's Chinkford, local place. Like Glenn don't know, you know what I mean? Where was I? Zulba. Anyway, here's the important one. Right. So check this.
Me ranting Ravens and calling him out, he just go, no. He had me.
Right, so I'll give you a quick little bit of background on this clip. This is Glenn Mulcair in my house, and and I've asked him about how they got Millie Dowler's number in the first place, and he said that the official story that went out is that they got it from school children, right? Which is bollocks. This is where they got it from, and this is Glenn Mulcair. Like I say, this is that man who hacked me and Millie Dowler, knows more than he's letting on, and this is him in his own words describing how they got Millie Dowler's phone number.
Me ranting Ravens and calling him out, he just go, no.
Oh, by the way, I should just tell you as well that the person that he's referring to as the conversation kicks in is Neville Felbeck. Neville Felbeck was chief reporter at the News of the World, and he was the one that was tasking Glenn Mulcair, this man that you're hearing, to hack me. That's why on the top of page 60, the date that I keep referring to, the 2nd of the 5th 02, and above it, it says Neville. Well, from Glenn here, that is a note to Neville, because he's been tasked to phone hack me. Listen to my voicemails. Neville was tasked Glenn to hack me. So any notes that Glenn makes, he'll put Neville, top left, or whoever else has tasked him to do it, right? So that's what Neville, the 2nd of the 5th 02, is on the top of page 60, right? Which is obviously when he was tasked to do my mobile. Now, the fact that he was told to do my phone on the 2nd of the 5th 02, the same day that Kellaway's going to sit down and transcribe on his laptop all his illegal recordings of me and send them to DCI Werrett, who was DS Werrett at the time, if I remember rightly. You've seen that email, which I've showed you, which is the email then from Kellaway the day after he's been in, where he's done his transcripts of, because he says in the email, here are the conversations of the transcripts I outlined to you yesterday. So that, when he's in the police transcript doing transcripts, if you remember that document I showed you a little bit earlier, he's in on the 3rd transcribing there on the Friday, when, incidentally, he leaves me a voicemail message saying, Brian, it's Robert Kellaway, you're more than welcome to give me a buzz, we're running a story on Sunday. Well, why ain't that message in the Mulcair notes? I got page 60, I got page 58, but I got no 59. Page 59 will contain that message, right? It will contain that message. It will read 3rd of the 5th 02, and there will be a message on there, because that was the Friday. Kellaway's already stated Thursday was the cut-off point. He's a liar. He's doing it on the Friday, right? And so's Glenn, right? 2nd of the 5th 02, that's the Thursday. Kellaway's in the police on Friday, the 3rd of the 5th 02. That's when he leaves me the voicemail message, and you can guarantee he's done that after he's been doing these transcripts in the police station. Now, the problem for the police is that this journalist has walked in with illegal interception of communications, and they're not arresting him, they're all coming after me. So this is a plan. This has been planned. Yeah, and Essex Police are involved, and now the Met are involved, because it's Scotland Yard that have given me the notes from this case, the phone hacking case. They've given me pages 58 and page 60 from Scotland Yard to Mallet Solicitors, who's now been done for fraud. I had to force these files out of Mallet Solicitors through what I believe to be the legal ombudsman, because that's what I rung, that's the number I rung. I can tell you the date that I've done it, everything. Got emails, everything. So anything that's been done to these documents has been done by Mallets, and he could have given me these years ago. But he sent one of his firm round with that David Sherborne, who I said represents all the phone hacking victims, and the McCanns. He's their barrister. This geezer's on like £10,000-20,000 a day. He's sitting around my house in Walthamstow talking about how we're going to deal with the case. Now, originally, me and my ex-wife were supposed to be put through together, but they split us up. And the reason David Sherborne came up with that idea was because if he put Tash through first, they could then, they thought, redact pages that she's already been paid on if we go through separately, so I don't have to see them. But we were still married at the time, so my right to family and private life has not been taken into account, and what was hers was mine and vice versa type thing, yeah? But they haven't done that with me. They've dealt with her first so that they could contain page 59 and the other pages. There's more. Even Glenn let that one on. So they've acted illegally there anyway, and plus Scotland Yard, in the Mulcair notes that I've got, they've blanked out half the mobile number on it. So they was even going to try and see if I could remember the number from back then. But good job for me. An old friend of mine, Paul Chappell, found the number on old phone documents, because he keeps everything. A smart man, and I'm glad that he did. Because if he hadn't have done, I wouldn't have been able to read back that number, and that then allowed me to decode the rest of the page and everything else that was on there. Because I thought certain things meant other things first of all. I'm like, Simon, 50, what's that? You know what I mean? But later on, obviously, we got to fucking understand every single part of that fucking, well, the 2 pages that they give us. Deciphered the phone numbers, worked it all out. And then when Glenn Mulcair, this clip that I'm about to play you, he comes round my house, you thinking he's going to give me page 59 and the others, but no. He just came with page 58 and 60 unblanked. You know, because I'd worked them out already. But Scotland Yard should have been giving them to me like that as well, surely. So Scotland Yard are in on it. And Crusader Dick, you are Scotland Yard. And I'm telling you that this is not a joke. You all already know all about me. My claim is in the court. Even Ian Puddick's admitted that my phone hacking's real on fucking Sean Atwood's. I mean, there you go. You know, if he's saying it must be true. You know what I mean? So, fucking... Anyway, let me play you this clip. This is Glenn Mulcair explaining to me with his own mouth how he got Millie Dowler's phone number. And the bloke he's referring to, again, is Neville Felbeck, chief reporter, who tasked Glenn to do this for the News of the World.
Me ranting Reagan's and calling him out, he just go, no. He had Millie Dowler's number from the day she went missing up to the 12th or the 10th, up to the 10th, until he instructed me. What did he do? What did he do in them days? 2.5 weeks before he gave me a number. What did he do? He was a registered police informant, right, Agent George, alright?
Is that what he called him, yeah?
Alright, listen, alright, he had the number. So what do you reckon he would have done? If he's had a number, he's gone out to pop it himself and they trophy Felbeck, alright? Put size 16s all over it, then I get it on the 10th.
So what he's saying now is that Neville Felbeck got Millie's mobile number the day she went missing. That's the 21st of March 2002. He gets it directly from the police, Neville Felbeck, because he's not only the News of the World's chief reporter, it's also very well known and documented that he's an intelligence agent as well. And as are most of that newspaper, I should imagine, it's all it seems to be, military and intelligence all over it. He is a intelligence agent and also a chief reporter at the News of the World. So the intelligence services are putting people out there posing as journalists, and which would be exactly the case with James Fielding, who interviewed Andrew Ash in front of me, and also who put the one and only mainstream media piece that John Wedger's ever been in, and has tied John Wedger to the Baby P story, and that was James Fielding. It'd be another exactly the same thing as Neville Felbeck. So they have agents as reporters. So if you're an agent and you've got a job as a reporter, imagine the stuff you can make up to steer the public, you know, which is what's been going on, and especially around the VIP Westminster child abuse ring and Carl Beach and Andrew Ash, and you know, where Puddick is sort of concerned, they're happy to put him out there and pose as
anyway, but we'll get to that, right? Let's go with this again. Here's Glenn Mulcair in his own words.
Me ranting ravings and calling him out, he just go, no. He had Millie Dow's number from the day she went missing up to the 12th or the 10th, up to the 10th until he instructed me. What did he do? What did he do in them days? 2.5 weeks before he gave me a number. What did he do? He was a registered police informant, right? Agent George, all right?
Is that what he called him? Yeah.
All right. Listen, all right. He had the number. So what do you reckon he would have done if he's had the number? He's gone out to pop it himself and they trophy Felbeck, all right? Put size 16s all over it. Then I get it on the 10th. Hello, Glenn. I've just got the number from the police now. On the 10th.
He got Dowler's number from the police.
Yeah. But he told everybody, and this is on record, that he got it from school children.
School children. That's it. Yeah. Well,
now listen,
they'll go from fucking any angle, mate.
Yeah. Now listen, I'm not saying he got it from the police, and I know, of course he did. All right. But he's a registered police informant.
Yeah.
I mean, how much more closer can you be?
No.
Symbiotically.
Yeah.
All right. And then say, oh, they wouldn't have contacted me and wouldn't give me a number. Of course, it'd been the first fucking thing they'd have done, you know?
He's going to say that, though. He's got to say that, hasn't he? He's got to say that. All right, so that is... I mean, that's how far things have gone. Even he's had to come round my house. And then he tells me on another recording now, you know, I'm not telling you how to suck eggs, but, you know, you need to play things close to your chest. That's telling me. Because he's going, you know, the closer you keep things, the further you go. That tells me the more you keep your mouth shut, the better you'll do with this one, Brian. Which, obviously, like, I can't be bought like that. So, you know, I'd rather get to the truth. It feels better. Just go with the truth, man. I'm going with the truth. That's what we got here. So, that's Glenn Mulcair. That is him. And then here's his notes. Let me just, I don't know what I've done here. This is, here we go, the Glenn Mulcair notes. Oh, that one's not got the notes on it. Solicitors Regulation Authority. I'd like to show you this quickly. So you can see here for definite, there's the reference 2017. I rung the Solicitors Regulation Authority by an email there, right, Mr. BRV, 21st of September 2017. Your report about Mr. Mallet and Mr. Lewis. So that's Richard Mallet. Obviously, I've brought up. Look, he's at, things are very strange. He's coming up in a list with Andrew Ash, which I know is rubbish. He's been covering up my files. You know, it was very hard to get hold of for like a year and a half. It's like I'm being fucked about here. It started off my case is million, slam dunk. Next minute I'm getting offered $5,000. It's like I went in and I said he's been holding back all the police witness statements. Things look like they've been changed. Numbers are not in chronological order. All sorts of stuff. So I told them about it. So this is what they come back with. Dear Mr. Harvey, your report about Mr. Mallet and Mr. Lewis, who is Mr. Mark Lewis, the other solicitor who comes up, phone hacking solicitor, and this is who the Dowlers used. And he didn't seem interested in Robert Kellaway and everything. He said, I can't do anything with this. He had it over a weekend from a Friday to a Monday, come back, said, I can't touch this. And he said, what do you mean you can't touch this? What, you MC Hammer? Fucking hell, I'm just bringing you fresh evidence here. Kellaway's talking about he knows nothing. What do you mean? Like, none of this makes any fucking sense. So I fucking reported the cunts, yeah? And my report was, thank you for contacting the SRA. That is not the Satanic Ritual Abuse. That is the Solicitors Regulation Authority for anyone out there. I ain't been contacting Satanists, as far as I know. Thank you for contacting the SRA with your concerns. Your report was passed to one of our regulatory supervisors who has reviewed all the information you provided and all the other information we hold about Mr. Mallet and Mr. Lewis. What other information? Right, well, we now know that Mallet did get done for fraud, and that conviction date was coming up, so that makes sense. This is 2017. Mallet's conviction date was in 2017, if you remember. So it makes sense that they didn't want anything to rock the boat. They wanted to get their conviction, so they did. So respect to the Solicitors Regulation Authority. They actually was telling the truth here, even though I found this strange. We are writing to let you know that we will not be taking any further action in relation to your specific concerns. Now that is worrying, isn't it? That's a bit worrying. The reason we are not taking any specific action is that there is already an ongoing investigation into Mr. Mallett's conduct. We have also received other reports about Mr. Lewis. There you go. Conduct which are currently being considered. Well, I haven't heard anything on that one yet. Maybe we need to look into that one, because he has had all the evidence. I can fucking prove that. And we, like, you know, he needs to be prosecuted like Mallett then, doesn't he? And I noticed Mallett's got an appeal going. Yeah, don't let him get away with that. Yeah, deal with my case then if you're going to let him off. You deal with it while he's still fucking fraudulent, as far as I'm concerned. The SRA does not act on behalf of individuals, nor does it investigate every report we receive, blah, blah, blah. She's just getting longed off now at the end. Right, but additional information to us which will be retained on file. So they will keep it on file, so that's good. So I've got that to go back to, and I've got the proof of the letter. Very worrying, because they shouldn't be picking and choosing. It should be, yes, give us everything that you've got, is what they should be fucking saying. So that's strange in itself. No, strange. Jonathan King, this was, I went ballistic one day. This was when I got Robert Kellaway's police witness statement sent to me by the T-boy. And that day, I just thought, fuck, everyone's taking me for a cunt. What are you doing hiding my shit for fucking year and a half? Like, fuck you then, yeah? So I went in on Jonathan King. Hello, Jonathan King, Brian Harvey, ex-lead singer of E17 here. I wonder if you'd like to talk to me about your best mate, Tom Watkins. Let me know, eh? Hi, Brian. No problem, except I hardly knew Tom. What would you like to know? Tell you what, let's meet up. I'll play you all the recordings where you keep coming into Bill Maloney and Andrew Ash's story, saying you're here at a party with a load of kids, that one. Save yourself a load of bother. I would just do an interview with me, Jonathan. Yeah, I ain't going to start fucking, putting a boot into you and that. I genuinely want to get answers here, right? I genuinely want to get answers. So that's all it's about. Mate, no fucking secret about it. I want to get answers. I want some truth, because I know you know some truth. So there's no point to me, I didn't even have a meal with him. Bullshit, mate. Yeah? And Mazza Mahmood, really, if you want to save yourself a load of trouble, you should be contacting me as well. Because if Jonathan King don't play ball, then you bring me something that will make him play ball. And maybe I'll leave you alone. Yeah?
Me ranting Ravens and calling him out, he just go,
Puddick, if you ever doubted that geezer bought me that equipment, he didn't buy it for Bill, he bought it for me. Brian has insulted Bill to kingdom come. He's a down-to-earth fella and still has feelings. I was kind enough to buy him a Ninja, yet he continuously insults both me and Bill for no apparent reason. No apparent reason? At least you admit buying me the Ninja, so that's it, you're tied in, mate. I've got your receipt, I've got 2 admissions of you buying it. There's Bill Maloney following Tony Mortimer back in, 2015, I don't know. Felt all very strange to me. Dr. Evan Harris here from Hacked Off. Comrade Gregory Graham, police witness statement from my case. That is the same man who did all the Mazza recordings. John spoke highly of you, mate. Hi, Brian. Hope to see you on Friday. Right, never happened. Never happened. We never got to meet. Here's Comrade Brand and the fake shake. Going to court. Right, there they are. They come as a fucking pair. There's a Millie Dallas story at the paper. Robert Kellaway. Right? Robert Kellaway. Why are they going to all of that expense? Dr. Jack Chuddy is the case. Here's my case. Look, yeah. Who took it to Dr. Jack Chuddy. The suspected drugs did not come into possession of the police until over a month later. Here's my case, because there was no drugs. When, according to his statement, DC 2430 Charles collected the rap from Dr. Chuddy. Dr. Chuddy is some drug dealer that the News of the World use. And Volker Science. Check it out now, it's like it never existed. It was in Ealing. Who else lives in Ealing? Oh, Scott Jones. That's right. You've been to Downing Street, haven't you? That's right. He knows Daniela as well, don't you? That's right. That's right. Here's Comrade Brown's witness statement here. Police witness statement. Do a job, available to do a job in Chingford. He told me that Robert Kellaway, who was another journalist on the News of the World, was the journalist in charge. I got my recording equipment ready. I have used it on several other jobs, and I'm confident it is working correctly. Later that afternoon, I went to an address in Chingford where I met Robert Kellaway and another journalist. I also met the informant, who I only know as Zorba. Zorba told me Brian Harvey was trying to pass him, Zorba, cocaine, so that Zorba could get photographs of the mother of his child taking the drugs and discredit her in an upcoming custody hearing. I then recorded a series of mobile telephone calls and recorded these on a Sony mini disc. It was a brand new Sony mini disc which I had unwrapped from the wrapping I bought it in. In one of the phone calls, I'd heard that a man I believed to be Brian Harvey had arranged to come to the address. Do you remember that bloke rung me and I didn't ring him? Do you remember that bit? Do you remember that bit? Short time before he was due to arrive, I started recording on another Sony mini disc. This was also brand new. I had unwrapped them from the wrapping and I bought it in. There's a lot of work going on here, isn't there, on this setup? Yeah, there's a lot of work going in. Right, let's keep going. Comrade Gregory Band, this is the beginning of it. I have worked for the News of the World newspaper for 10 years. For the last year, my job title has been photojournalist. My duties include covert audio and videotaping in the course of investigations. On Friday, the 26th of April 2002, I was telephoned by the news editor, Greg Miskill. The editor that you've heard say, I know the far end of a fart and exactly how the information was gleaned with concerns to Millie and how she was tapped. And I immediately say to him, and that's never come out, Greg. You remember? Greg Miskill, the news editor, called the job on. He sends Comrade Brand now. He's already sent Kellaway there. Yeah? He's already instructed Mulcair. Yeah? Because Mulcair was Greg's man. Yeah? Greg Miskill, the news editor. All on it together. There it is. It's all there. It's Comrade Brown. His dad was Jerry Brown and he was a News of the World journalist as well. Looks a little bit like John Ford. That's them going to court back in the old phone hacking trial there, where no one knew what Mazza Mahmood looked like, trying to keep his identity a secret. Kamal Zorba stated this is their paid fake witness. Stated that the News of the World were going to tape every conversation he had. They were also going to tape any telephone conversations. They had a gadget to do this. Right. Oh, thanks, Nick. Thank you. Right, here's that famous email. I'll just bring it up again. Simon Werrett. To Simon Werrett. Not DS Werrett. No, you know what I mean? From Kellaway, Robert, who knows nothing of phone hacking. Sent Thursday, the 9th of May. Remember, he goes to the police station, didn't he, on the 3rd? And that's the Mulcair note that they leave out, because that is when Kellaway, on page 59, 3rd of the 5th 02, leaves me a message. And funny enough, don't show up on the Mulcair notes. Should be all your voicemail messages, shouldn't it? Well, where's that one then? Because I've got it in writing, but I don't seem to have it on... I got him admitting it, because it's part of his left you a voicemail message. It's part of the case. It's all in the fucking thing. It was in the disclosure bundle that I got directly from the court on the other side, trying to save paper. It was on the fucking back side of it, in the undisclosed fucking part there, or the bit that they don't say they don't use, or saying, yeah, it's fucking right there. He leaves me a message, word for word. You've seen it anyway. So Kellaway, dear Mr. Werrett, as requested. Crusader Dick, I hope you're watching this, because these are some of the wrongs that you need to right in order for us to start trusting the police again. So take this one in. Dear Mr. Werrett, that's Kellaway, as requested. So you requested them, DS Werrett, who then went on to be DCI Werrett, and then the Serious Crime Directorate, and he's a Christian pastor. And he's Simon digitally on Twitter if you want to find him. Just strange. It's got a GoFundMe for a building as well, because you can all go there and pray. Dear Mr. Werrett, as requested, Here are the transcripts of the conversations I outlined to you yesterday. I've put them in chronological order, starting with Rhys Morris's call, who's now dead, to Zorba's mobile telephone, then Arva's call to Zorba, and finally Arva's discussion with Zorba in the car, which is transcribed in 2 sections. Any commentary on the transcript appears in brackets and was intended for use by my office. Who's your office? News International PLC. Thank you very much. Transcripts of the conversation between Kamal Zorba and a friend of Brian Harvey's, known to Zorba as Rhys, a drug dealer. I thought he was a hero dad. Hero dad. Kamal called Brian Harvey's mobile telephone. There you go. Kamal called Brian Harvey's telephone, and you just heard him say that they all got round there and all set up, yeah, and I had this recording, that recording. What the fuck? Right? Look at the bottom of this. Transcript of this call began 20:27 hours. That's nearly 8:30 at night. So Kellaway's transcribing on his laptop now all of his illegal recordings made by him and Conrad and Zorba on the 2nd of the 5th 02. Top of the Mulcair note, 2nd of the 5th 02. So they're doing that. Mulcair's doing that. And they keep Robert Kellaway out of it because I can prove he's working with Conrad, and if Conrad's there, then no Mazza's there. They don't want Mazza to be there, and they definitely don't want Mazza connected to Glenn Mulcair by that date, the 2nd of the 5th 02. It's very fucking simple. That's a big thing to them, you know. To me, it's fuck all. It's a little fucking silly shit part of this thing. But it's big to them, so fucking stick that in your fuck. How'd you like them apples, you cunt? Mulcair, that's the story that they ended up doing on me. E17 cake sting on X. I don't do gear. Cut back to Daniela. Brian hates that shit. So what am I going to have fucking gear? Yeah, fuck you. Everything you come to me with, counteracted, sorry. And then some. Mallet Solicitors, 18th of December 2002. Told ya his office was in Wisbeach, yeah, Kings Lynn. Tom Crone, Head of Legal, News International PLC. And this is talking about doing a fucking witness summons. Right, there you go, it's correspondence, it's all there, so it's no one's dreaming this shit up. Peter Dukes, Kellaway confirms he knew nothing of phone hacking or Millie Dowler's voicemails being accessed. Well, what do you think now? I'll just make that a bit bigger for you. There you go. What do you think now? Do you believe him, or do you think I'm right? Because that's what it comes down to, isn't it? Do you believe him, or do you believe me? Do you believe the News of the World and the police, or do you believe me? There you go. Yeah, there's one of the Mulcair notes. Look at this bit. Brian Harvey, all circled out big. They didn't really want me concentrating on this one. But on this one, and this one, these come from Glenn Mulcair. After I've already decoded them. Scotland Yard's ones, that 07903 bit's all covered up. And the next 3 numbers. Why would Scotland Yard be doing that? Right, and this is what Glenn Mulcair gave me when he's showing me about what things mean. Right, he give me this. Check it. Check his handwriting if you want. Don't believe me. Right, this is what he give me. Exhibit A, example of favoured calls itemised. Right, I wondered what that said on his thing. I thought it said covert fruits on one bit of it. Right, so you can see that this is his writing. This is how it goes. Oh, look, top corner pulled off. Didn't want me to see that one. What'd that say for Neville? Look, top corner's pulled off. Yeah? Here's mine, Neville. 2nd of the 5th 02. Right? For Neville. There's that date, 2nd of the 5th 02. Right? Favoured calls. Then covert. I don't know what this is. That's favoured calls. Then covert, looks like covert fruits, doesn't it? Maybe it's me talking about lemons. Yeah, don't know. Anyway, so but this bit down here is strange. Look, they left Jesse Wallace, 32 Smart Lane. Now, For Scotland Yard to say, oh, we redacted these bits because it probably didn't relate to you. Well, that don't relate to me, so what's that doing on there? Why ain't that redacted? That's not redacted on the original. This is Glenn Mulcair's one, but this one's exactly the same on their one. Right, 58 and page 60. That Neville, right? So there's the Mulcair notes. There's Ian Puddick having a pre-hacking trial curry with Peter Dukes and Alistair Morgan now. He's going to come up as well. There he is, right there. Right, pre-hacking trial curry. Right, Brick Lane. Right, so there they all are. Like a big party. All intelligence agents out in the field. Is Ian Puddick backing up the fake story of Andrew Ash. Hi. I interviewed one of the witnesses. He gave graphic details, repeated rapes. He gave police Operation Fernbridge 70 hours of interview, 2014, right? This is right around just after I've interviewed him and that, right? So, Ian's pushing it. He wants me to believe Andrew's story. This is what this does. And when I believe Andrew's story, at that point, I didn't know Puddick worked for the Queen. And Andrew's pushing stories of being abused by Prince Andrew and helicopter pilot and all this stuff, right? So, I was going to fit into some of this might come out later on, when it's all over. When what's all over, Bill? When this Prince Andrew thing that these lot have concocted is all over and he's been exonerated, we're going to come back for you, Brian, and go, look at you, believing this man. Well, I didn't, did I? And I pretty fucking soon counteracted that one. Let you know what side I was fucking on. I knew it was all lies, it was all to set me up, now you're all in trouble because it's backfired. Unfucking lucky. Here he is again. And is now given 100 hours of interview to Met Police Operation Fernbridge. RE Cabinet Minister, who I've had nicely planted in my head. Oh, it's Leon Britton, he's got a birthmark. You fucking cunts. How do you feel? How do you feel now? I fucking done you pricks. Yeah, you fucking idiots. You thought I was some silly little depressed cunt who couldn't fucking think for himself. You fucking evil bastards. I hope you all die slow, nasty, evil deaths. I really do. It's a terrible thing to say, but I really wish that upon you, you fucking nasty cunts. Fuck you. Here you go. And if you ever doubted it, Andrew's not only spoken to Paul Page, but he's spoken to Andrew for 2 hours. Alright? So get out of that, you fucking prick. Yeah? How's the Queen feel about that then? And why didn't they mention that you worked for the Queen when they was pushing your fucking fake story in 2012? Because it's exactly what I said it is, isn't it? You've been caught, mate. Everyone rip and download this video, please, because I think today's broadcast is an important one. And we predicted the future again with Virginia Roberts. Yeah, we predicted the future again with Ghislaine Maxwell. And the same with Andrew. And had I have not blown the fucking Gary out of fucking Sean Atwood with his fucking lies. I got all his screenshots. What 5-hour fucking recording of Kelly Diamond. It's not going to be hard to pull him apart. Do you know what I mean? He was somehow, because Ghislaine's door miraculously opened when he gets to film outside. So he was going to end up interviewing Prince Andrew, mate. That's why they showed you pictures of him shaking Prince Edward's hand, getting you ready for it. Oh, I can't believe it, but I'm sitting here with someone that we already judged. We're really sorry, Andrew. Fuck off with your shit. Yeah, there you go. New Peter Dukes. After I spoke to Peter Dukes, Ian puts this up. Oh, Peter, thanks for the chat, Peter. Yeah, that's all to jar me up. That's to jar me up. And he works for the Queen. I'd let him go, Mum, if I was you. He's fucked it for you. Sorry, but he has.
Do you want a coffee, Glenn? I'll love a tea. Tea? Yeah, I love it. Nice strong. Right, sit down. Yeah, sit down, help yourself. Trigger, shut up. Sit down, shut up. Be a good boy. You've got a tea, you say, Glenn? Yeah, strong one, please.
Right, that's Glenn coming round. That's long to play. I want you to see these other things here. Right, The Guardian. Sun royal editor to be charged over alleged payments to soldier. If we just go in tight up here, Duncan Larkham. Duncan Larkham was the Sun's royal editor. Right, and at the same time as working for me, Larkham's solicitor, Richard Mallet. He's only working for the other side while he was working for me, filing my claim. You know, so if if the fraud thing don't work out, well, this is conflict of interest and just, this thing's a fucking mess, yeah? It's a fucking mess. But that is blatant. There you go, caught him working for Duncan Larkham, the Sun's royal editor. Yeah? A News International employee. My case has been amended to against News International PLC. Not News Group fucking Silly Newspapers Limited. Going to take the brunt of it. Nah, mate, I'm going for the mothership, because all your employees, especially the news editor Greg Miskell, who called the fucking job on and made it corporate, yeah, he's a News International PLC employee, my friend, right? And now I've got a lot of you. I've got Mulcair, I've got Mazza Mahmood, I've got Conrad, I've got you, Kellaway, I've got you, and I've got you all connected to covering up Millie Dowler and having knowledge of phone tapping and hacking. And I've got the editor Greg, who called it all on admitting phone tapping. You are fucked. Yeah? Keep saying your bullshit about me, or keep holding my YouTube numbers down. It ain't gonna work anymore. You're done. You are done. And there's more of you than I ever imagined. You're all fucking done. And Cressida Dick's got to do something about it, or she's done. Or the next person that comes in and doesn't seem to be transparent or do their job properly. You're done. You are being forced into a corner now to do something, because everyone knows about my case. And if you don't deal with it, we won't trust you. Yeah? Here's a part of my case to Mallet solicitors from the prosecutor. Thank you for your letter dated 20th of November 2002. We confirm that we've now received 3 tapes of recordings made by the News of the World, but do not believe that these tapes cover the whole of the transcripts. Just leave that one there. Legal Ombudsman, 27th of September 2013. That's when I got the date for it. Is abuse of process argument. That, oh, hang on, no, psychological report. There you go. If you ever doubted mental health, this is 2002 psychological report, right, in this matter, right? That's what, we've always had to get these things. Here we go. What's this one? Abuse of process argument. As you are aware, we were to serve our argument on Monday, 2nd of December. Unfortunately, Mr. Harvey's medical condition has been such that it's proved extremely difficult to take instruction in this issue. Right, Mr. Harvey's currently on medication, has further appointment to see a doctor next week. Fuck him right. Yeah? Try and fuck with my, we don't believe is that. Fuck you, you cunts. You cunts caused it. And then you want to turn around and say, no, he's alright in the phone. You fuck you, yeah? Fuck you. Check this. Remember, it was like, how did Brian Harvey go to prison over a civil matter? Family court, power of arrest, family law. Is this even real? Why is all this redacted? Right, power of arrest. Look, everyone's name's redacted on it. Was this real? Did I go to prison illegitimately? Like, what happened there? I wondered why there was no one outside the court when I got off. How long have these NCA police been around me pretending to be... They just done what they wanted with me, with these people. None of what they're not real. The police at my door, the 20 officers, not real. The people that took my computers for Paddock and turned up with guns and then are interviewing me, walking around my house and putting the... Not real. So, who's doing it? Media, Crown Prosecution Service, the Met, Scotland Yard, Secret Services, all because of what? Prince Andrew. You're fucked, mate. Daniela Sawyer, she won't say who it was, but thank you, because you've confirmed that it happened, we was there, secret passage, he don't do gear. Cheers, cheers, thanks mate, cheers. That's the best thing you ever did for me. Yeah, cheers. The rest is now down to be investigated properly by a fucking police we can trust. They're going to be transparent now. They're going to do their jobs properly. Well, let's see. Let's see how someone, over a civil matter, has ended up in fucking prison. And then when you go to get the paperwork, every cunt's name's redacted. Yeah. Yeah, look, there's Paddock. Knows the geezer on my hacking evidence. You remember the email with Andy Coulson, Neil Wallace, Tom Crone, sent by Hayley Barlow, Channel 4, who's covered up
Tom Watkins' grand designs. We were talking about fucking off to Maui, palm trees in his books and that. Like, fuck off, man. Look, I've got Puddy connected to the Queen, my phone hacking, fucking child abuse. He's getting Andrew Ash to put red herrings in there for Tom Watkins so I can get it wrong and that about the band member and then they all get saved. Nah, mate. You've just put your cards down and shown me what you're about. Who you're helping, how many of you there are, how big it is. When the press don't take, oh, they're involved, right? I see how big it is. So I know what I'm fighting now. So I know how many people I've got to convince and up my fucking game to destroy you cunts because it's coming. What did I say to you about clapping for the NHS? Do you remember that? Well, while you're doing that for the NHS, they're drinking fucking cheese and eating cheese and drinking wine. And your family are dying and you can't see them. How do you feel about that? I'll leave you on that note. Take care, everyone. Share the